this topic, it's like a river, so don't worry, today will be only introduction for this. With the development of technology, there will be more and more threats. Unfortunately, the law is usually 2 steps behind the criminals. Today's talk, I will focus on 3 elements: the threat to children on the internet, forms of responsibility, and the law's response to threats. First of all, the access to information, the speed with which we learn about events on the other side of the world, and the amount of data on the internet, on the one hand, delights, on the other, frightens. Often adults are unaware of the power of the internet and the dangers it can bring, let alone children. Threats to children online result from virtually unrestricted access to the internet and the lack of a control over the information posted there. A lack of awareness of the dangers of this among underage users is the most common reason for violation of their safety. No one should feel safe in the visual world on the internet, especially children, who most often come across prohibited content accidentally. For example, for searching for information needed for school. A misspelling of keywords typed into the search field may redirect a child to unwanted and even dangerous content that they are not ready to receive, such as pornography, intolerance, or incitement to suicide. Child grooming is a huge problem. These are activities carried out by cybercriminals in order to establish an emotional bond with the youngest. The activity involves gaining their trust and then exploiting them sexually. The child may come into contact Boże, I'm sorry, it's difficult word. Infuriate, tak? Or event threatening people, promoting, for example, fascism, satanism. Teenagers surfing the web are also a potential target for various sects. Another important risk is that a child may unknowingly or is good faith provide information about his or her family, personal data, income, personal information, which in the wrong hands may provoke a crime against the family. Another dangerous online is reckless purchases on the internet, not only for goods, items, toys, but also services such as access to various servers offering games, movies, music, where one of the payment option is accessed by SMS, via SMS. A serious risk is the unconsidered uploading of child image, photo, video, for example, on a website, blog, social network, sending by email or using a mobile phone. It's very popular now. As parents, I wrote that about 70% of parents sending his child's photo. Yes, yes, I am proud. This is my child, but it's very dangerous for this child on the future. Finally, a child may also victim to cyberbullying in all its forms: hate speech, flameware, cyberstalking, flooding, sexting, and like there. Thus, the intensive development of the internet and the increasing online accessibility for children and young people entails a wide repertoire of risks. The child is separate legal entity. The child is protected by the law in special way. The rights of children on the internet are regulated by legal acts such as the Constitution, the Criminal Code, the Convention on the Right of the Child, the European Charter of the Rights of the Children in Hospital, and the law on copyright and related rights, and the General Data Protection Regulation. In second part, in case of a minor's experience of cyberbullying, two routes of legal protection are available. Tak? Okay. Civil proceeding and criminal proceeding. In the first of these, the legal basic is Article 23 and 24 of Civil Code. The second form of liability is the criminal liability of the offender for the crime committed. This is criminal liability sensu stricto. From it should be distinguished criminal liability sensu largo, which includes liability for an offense. And third part, it's law vis-à-vis online threats. Firstly, the criminalization of certain behaviors on the criminal code. I read here these articles. I don't read this. I think that it's not. It's important, but that it's not time for it all after one. So first of all, criminal liability. Second, we have one moment. Is the liability in offense, and two things more: sending unwanted context incident imagine may continue invasion of privacy. Article 16 of the Convention of the Right of the Child also expressly stated this. A child has the right to protection against arbitrary and unlawful interference with his or her private family or home life, or correspondence, and against awful attacks or on his or her honor and reputation. In view of this, hacking into email, instant messaging, or a social network accounts is criminal offense. This is 267 the penal code. And responsibility, one moment, I will come, one moment. And Polish law also prohibits the dissemination of person's image without his or her content, especially during sexual activity or when they are naked. Legal protection of the image provided by law on copyright and related rights. It's not new law, but it's still actually. This is what I said at the start, at the beginning. There are more challenges ahead for the law. Will it meet them or no? Time will tell, or no. Like I thought at the start, two steps after crimes. Usually, it's difficult. Change is the word. It's change every moment, not every day, but every moment. Especially this word in website. I read last time, but maybe. One moment, for 10 or 15 years, our children will work in jobs which we don't imagine now. Yes, it's so what you can say today, unfortunately, the adjustment of laws has not kept pace with the development of new technologies in cyber space. There is one more issues. Liability for crime is also related to the age of offender. Yes, but it's another topic and not short topic. So I will finish and thank you for your attention.